This is a short overview of Chapter 7, Lessons in Storytelling. At the end of this lesson, you should be able to construct a narrative, a story, based on your data analysis. The recommended structure for your narrative has three components: beginning, middle, and end. For the beginning portion, you want to introduce your plot, build the context for your audience, set up the essential elements of the story. These elements consist of the data setting, the main character, in our case the problem we are addressing, unresolved state of affairs also related to the problem we are addressing, and the desired outcome or the action we want our audience to take. We want the beginning to answer the questions that are in the minds of our audience, such as, why should I pay attention and what's in it for me? For the middle portion of your narrative, your focus is to retain your audience's attention. You want to further develop the situation or the problem. You want to incorporate external context. Remember, you defined the initial context in the beginning portion of the narrative. In the middle here, you want to give examples that illustrate the problem or the issue. You want to include data that is evidence of this problem. And you want to articulate what will happen if no action is taken, if no change is made. And then you want to discuss possible solutions to address the problem. Finally, the third portion of your narrative, the ending, you want to end with a call to action. In the beginning, you identified a problem. In the middle, you expanded on the problem with data evidence, and you offered possible solutions, and you discussed what would happen if no action was taken. And then in the end, you are focusing on the call to action. Make it totally clear to your audience what you want them to do with the new understanding or knowledge that you have imparted on them through your data analysis, through your presentation. Let's consider the narrative flow or the order of your presentation. Your author suggests two strategies, two techniques. The first is chronological. For a chronological narrative flow, your author recommends or suggests that you discuss with your audience your data analysis process. But you would not want to include all of the details of your data analysis process. So we would not cover from data to story. But we would begin with the problem, our data collection. We would skip the cleaning part. We would discuss our analysis of the data, and we would be using our visualizations of our data to communicate to our audience during the presentation. Next, we would offer possible solutions for our audience to consider and end with a call to action on these solutions. The other technique your author suggests is to lead with the ending. Therefore, we would begin with the solution and backtrack to the problem. This is for audiences who truly do not want the details of the process. So what have we covered here? How to construct a story from your data. Considerations are identify what motivates your audience and define your presentation around that motivation. Think about where the data will fit in your presentation to strengthen your story. Make the information specific and relevant to your audience. And finally, the more the information is repeated or used in your presentation, the more likely it is to eventually end up in long-term memory to be retained by your audience.